And this year's winner of the 2010 Tasmanian Hudson Private and Corporate Sector Award is Jane Bennett. I'd like to start by thanking Telstra for the ongoing support and sponsorship of these awards, and to Hudson for sponsoring the category. I'd also like to congratulate Shona on being a finalist in this category. And perhaps following on in Fiona's footsteps, I'd like to use a bit of a football analogy, because I was watching the Brownlow medal last week and I was quite impressed by Chris Judd when he was accepting his award, when he said that in accepting an individual award, it really belonged to the team. And in football, an individual doesn't go out and play a game of football and win. A team of 22 players goes out and plays a game of football, and everybody contributes to that win. And the reality is that in business, it is no different. And so I am accepting this award not on behalf of myself, but on behalf of all the people who make up the team at Ashgrove that have made the business what it is. And whilst this is a corporate award, I'd like to say that it isn't about big business, because we are a family business, we're not a big business. And I need to acknowledge the contribution of my father and my uncle. My father Michael and my uncle John were dairy farmers who wanted to value add to milk that they produced on the family farm. It was their vision to build a cheese factory. My mother Maureen and my aunt Connie came on board and agreed to risk a great deal of money in establishing a cheese factory. And one of the greatest risks they took was allowing their 23-year-old daughter and niece to run that business. Many people thought that we were completely insane and completely crazy, but it was a risk that they were willing to take. I also need to acknowledge my cousin Paul, who runs our farming operation. And the farming side of our business doesn't get the same level of accolades that the cheese side of our business does. But the reality is that in the 16 years since we started making cheese, our family has invested heavily in land, in water, and in infrastructure for irrigating water onto that land. And through Paul's management, we have been able to increase our milk production by 3 times. So we have been able to increase what we're actually processing within the factory as well. I also need to acknowledge the team that we have in the cheese factory, and that includes my 2 younger brothers, Richard and David. And all of those people are working incredibly hard to make our business what it is today. And I really appreciate not just the work that they do, but the enthusiasm that all the staff that we employ in our business have for the business and what we do. It's a wonderful thing to be part of such a positive family team and such a positive business team. And I would also like to acknowledge that it isn't always easy doing things on your own, and I spent many years living on my own. And so it's wonderful now to have become and be allowed to be part of a personal team and a family team. And I'd like to acknowledge my partner Rick and say thank you to him for allowing me to join his team. And I'd like to also thank him for the inspiration that he has provided to me, the support that he's given me, and the coaching that he always encourages me with. So thanks, Rick.